What makes you think that I'm an answer if you ain't mine? Even if you call me up.
All right, guys, we back. You know what I'm saying? Get your ninja mask on, your wakizashis, your kunai knives. Get it all together, okay? We got to talk about it. This one right here is insane. Okay? This right here is insane. And I want you to know, if you ever needed more, like, the thing I love about these last few weeks is we've continued back to back to back to be vindicated and have our points proven when it comes to the stuff that is happening behind the scenes in the video game industry. They continue to act as though that we don't know what we're talking about. We're just screaming, conspiracy theories from the mountain, but they continue to prove our point every time. Okay? Before we get into it and what I'm talking about, we got to pay the bills. The Squabble Shop is open, guys, okay? If you want to be a member of the Squabblers, you got to learn how to squabble. Get you a shirt, a bag, a bottle, a coffee mug. We got different colors. I'm loving that blue right there. The purple's nice. We got more designs coming, so holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Get out here and squabble.
Yeah! They squabbling out here.
Yeah, squabbling. Also, guys, we do a live show every Friday. Come interact with your boy. We had fun this past weekend. We hit a record on my channel as far as live viewers. So come, help me increase that number every week. You know what I'm saying? And also consider becoming a member of the channel. So let's get back into it. All right. So, wrong tweet. Okay. So we talked about this, right? Dale Walker is the guy who, once again, principal game artist, worked on Naughty Dog, Rocksteady, Respawn. He worked on a Suicide Squad game. I would venture to believe that he designed this character and probably Deadshot right here, which is probably why he would have them up there to kind of show off his work. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I don't know about the Deadshot design. I don't know what y'all think about it. I'm not the hugest fan of it, but the point is, he's credible in the industry as far as he's in that motherfucker. Also, he talked about starting his own studio. Eventually, I will make my own studio and never complain again. But for now, I have Wi-Fi on this flight and will vent relentlessly. Okay. All right. So obviously, and there was a lot of conversation about this, right? There's a lot of, if you look down his page, hold on, scroll down a little bit now. Go ahead and make it down to the bottom. Okay. And there we go. So he even had response to my boy Mugen Lord, who actually had a response to him. So let's look at that a little bit. So let's see what you can
maybe
learn.
You can make an excuse and say it's just flat out incompetence, or maybe that the technology isn't there. But then you have to ask yourself, what about Japanese studios or Eastern developer studios and how they depict their women in video games? Because perfect example, Hideo Kojima in his studio, they mostly use motion capture technology to take real life people and put them into their fantasy worlds. And you look at the character named Quiet in the Metal Gear series, she looks exactly like her real life counterpart. You also look at the female characters in Death Stranding, they look just as feminine and attractive that you would see in their real life counterpart. Look at Devil May Cry, and also the male characters look just as handsome and as attractive as their real life counterparts. So why is it when it comes to Western studios, they have this weird asphyxiation of just taking female characters and making them as hideous as possible, while when it comes to their male counterpart, they're either untouched, or when it comes to objectification, it's been cranked up a notch. And we're supposed to be completely fine with that?
Okay. So no, we're not supposed to be completely fine with that. Okay. And so, let's see. What is his response? Okay. So he says, let's discuss this. I mean, he went on he talked about it. Let's discuss this Eastern versus Western game character faces once and for all, because this is not what I was saying at all, but I feel qualified to address this. What the video is describing is not likely the quality of the model after the face scan has been complete. Almost all examples here of Japanese games have a combination of subtle stylization passed to beautify them, higher quality of artists meticulously work on the features, texture, hair, and shading, much better makeup that is clearly studied and not guessed, much more flattering camera field of view, and most importantly, portrait lighting is better. Japanese games with face scans seem to do this combo better. I'm biased, but I believe Harley from Suicide Squad looks beautiful, so I don't agree that it's all Western games. Here's what I do suspect. Western games rarely do a stylization beautify pass on their character scans the same way Eastern gamers do. Not only that, I'm sure they often suck at applying makeup. Western artists don't do makeup classes, but they should. Okay, shouts out to him. So he's addressing this. This sounds like a person that's interested in actually having a conversation. This, coupled with bad lighting and even worse field of view lens choices on the camera, gets interpreted as they are making them ugly and adding a jaw that is not what's happening. You just lack the vocabulary to recognize why it looks odd to you, especially if you're comparing games to professional film and photography. What I was criticizing is not the same as this. I was talking about the brief, rarely allowing black women to exist outside of exaggerated stereotypes. These two problems can coexist, but they are different. Okay, so while I do disagree with, it's hard for me to disagree with him, obviously, because he's in the industry. So in the debate, if I was live debating him about this, I would concede. He also goes on to say Harley's face is almost always carefully framed with a 55 millimeter camera or more. Her makeup is not just thrown. It's specifically trying to soften her features. There's an attempt not to view her from unflattering angles, and most of the lighting is never too harsh with the shadow fall off. It's also obviously, and listen, I'm not one who subscribed to Harley Quinn being unattractive here. I don't like anyone, like I don't like, if y'all think she's unattractive, then I guess, but I mean, obviously, I guess because her face is square, but I know a lot of women whose face is square like that. I guess her jaw does look kind of strong. But I don't think she's unattractive. I just, whatever. So I don't subscribe to that. But again, like if I was in a debate with him, I would concede this part of the debate because obviously I think he had a great point. You lack the vocabulary to articulate what it is that you're seeing when you see these ugly characters. I would concede to that absent of more information. Okay. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it. I would desperately want to debate that again because I just have a feeling that there are even some Eastern games that portray their women a lot more attractive than what a lot of these games do. But whatever, I would concede. But what I find interesting here is this right here. Later on, this was on the 22nd. After some private DMs today with other black devs, I will no longer be publicly discussing black representation in games for the foreseeable future. Okay? No more panels, articles, podcasts, nothing. This is not up for discussion, nor is it an invitation to try and change my mind. Cheers. Whoa. Right? Who got to him?
Ooh wee, look what that money make a bitch do.
Who got to him? Guys, it's like I said in this tweet. Does this sound like a free and open industry to you? This is a cult. They got to his ass and shut him completely down. That's a fact. God damn. Wow. This was a guy, and I don't want to talk too badly about him, but this is a guy whom, as you saw there, was completely open to having discussions, talking about this. I know he said that he didn't want to give the Gamergate guys any ammo, but he seemed reasonable. Now all of a sudden he don't want to have any conversation at all. And I do agree with him that what Mugen Lord was talking about may be slightly different from what he was talking about, because what he was talking about was, why is it that every time I design a black female character, she has to be turned into some type of overweight monstrosity? That's because, in my opinion, that's because in the video game industry, a lot of the women that are working in the video game industry is Big Shirley. Oops.
Big Shirley.
I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah. Lead the way.
I mean, like, think about it for a second. Like, just think about it for a second. When we talk about video games, what like really attractive women you know are working in the video game industry? Like women in general, not just black women, just women in general. Like, are there really going to be a lot of beautiful women designing video games? Not really. Not really. Okay. If you and by the way, it's few. If you're a beautiful woman and you actually work in the video game industry, as in designing games, congratulations.
Congratulations! Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Congratulations. But I guarantee you, if you look at most women working in video games, yeah, y'all need to learn how to squabble.
Teach your man how to squabble.
You know what I'm
Get that
saying?
trigger next time, nigga.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I just find it interesting. The video game industry is a cult right now. And it's up to people like us to continue to call this stuff out. But not only call it out, we have to contribute to it. Okay? We got to learn to start our own studios, make our own games. Because this shit right here, this man, they silenced him. He's a hostage. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. I don't even know. I'm just gonna, try to silence me and I'm gonna dance on you. You know what I'm saying?
With all your bitchin', get back in the kitchen. I'm hungry. Don't test me, bitch. Don't test me, bitch. Don't test me, bitch. Do not test me, bitch.
Hey.
I will use my fist.
Hey.
I will smack your lip.
Hey.
I will bust your shit. Oh, girl.
Oh, fuck you, fuck you.